Happy Monday, everyone. I hope you had a great weekend. I had a really good weekend. My husband was busy working on a project, which I will show you in a little bit what he's been working on. It's not done yet, but I can't wait for it to be done. It's been so hot and so humid. It's ridiculous. My hair is such a frizzball because the humidity is just ridiculous. But that's typical for July in Indiana. We get a lot of humidity. The garden is doing wonderful, and when I get done eating my lunch, I'll take you outside. I'll show you the project my husband's been working on, and that's the microwave with my lunch warming up, and I'll show you the garden. So let me eat my lunch and I'll take you along with me. This is my lunch today. It's the leftovers from our Sunday dinner. We had pork chops on the grill, and the family had regular potatoes, and I had half of a sweet potato. So I have my other half of the sweet potato here, and I chopped up about half of the pork chop that was left. I sprinkled on some cayenne pepper. Cayenne pepper is delicious, and it's really, really, really super good for you. And I really, really love it. My family thinks it's too spicy, but I really love it. And then the other seasoning I sprinkled on was what's called farm dust. I picked this up in Amish country. And then I'm going to have iced tea to go with it. I just need to add some ice to this. And then I'm going to have some cucumbers and green peppers from the garden. Now I won't be eating all of these, but I'll just eat a few out of the bag. So I'm going to enjoy my lunch, and then we will go outside. So this is what my guys were working on Saturday. They're making a big chicken yard for Virginia. He's not done yet, because this right here he's going to make into a gate. He's going to make a gate to go on there. And what he used was, I used to have a clothesline out here, and I never ever use it. It's been there for 20 years and rarely ever used it. And so this post was part of the existing clothesline. You can still see the crossbar up there. And then he took the other post that was down there, and he moved it over here, and that's the other side that's going to be the gate. And then he cut black locust trees for posts. I've said this before, black locust trees make excellent posts because they're tall and they're straight, and we have an entire forest of them right there. So they're free. All it takes is sweat equity. And then he bought this fence. It's 4.5 foot tall, I believe. And I think it was called hog fence because it's real narrow at the bottom, and then it gets a little bit taller at the top. We wanted it narrow at the bottom to keep our dogs out. I still may line this with chicken wire just to make myself feel better about it. Virginia is inside here right now. She's back in there laying an egg, so that's why you can't see her. But when we bring her out here, once this is all completely done, I'll put her in there, but I'll open up the doors, and then she can come out and just scratch around and have all this space to free range, basically. That fencing is just decorative, and I'll put that up on here somewhere. The back side of her pen is just the back fence, which is cattle fencing, and we've got chicken wire at the bottom to keep any bad guys out. So that's what they were working on. Now I took some still photos of them, of Travis and Scott working on it, and I will include those in the video right here. For some reason, he doesn't mind if I take still photos of him and put it on YouTube, but he doesn't like me to video him. What are those crazy dogs carrying on about? Oh. And the other thing he still needs to do is he wants to cut the posts off even with the fence. I told him I don't mind it looking this way. It looks kind of rustic, but he's a perfectionist. All right, well, let's head over to the garden and see what we can get today. It's so nice today. When I came out this morning, it was still really humid, but now there's a beautiful breeze. There's no humidity, and the temperature's reduced. Oh, it's a gorgeous day. Well, I met my sister coming over by the garden, and she reminded me that it was Monday, and that's the day we cleaned my dad's house. Totally spaced it out. So I got this much out of the garden right now, but I have to go back and get Olivia so we can come clean my dad's house. And then we'll do a little garden tour. So I've already picked a few cucumbers. We'll see if there's any more out here. Because if I get enough, I want to make some bread and butter pickles. Scott likes those. I can't say that I do. The only time I had them was when I was a kid. Hi, Kitty. And I didn't like them then. I might like them now, though. But the recipe calls for 4 pounds of cucumbers. So maybe from what I picked yesterday and what I picked today, I might have enough. The problem is I don't have all the ingredients that it takes to make them. So I'm not going to have time to make them today anyway, so I'll have to make a special trip to Walmart to get the rest of the ingredients needed. And I've got this rubber glove on because cucumbers are so stickery. Well, I don't see any more big ones. When I get home, I'll weigh the ones I have. Kitty cat, I'm going to step on you. That's Blue. His name is Blue. He's a spring kitten. He was born this spring. But I'll weigh all the cucumbers that I have, and I'll see if I have enough. And some of these ones that are on here now will probably be ready tomorrow if I don't have enough. Listen to him purr. He is so nice. Oh my goodness, what a nice kitty. I'm going to pick some of these onions. I probably could pick them all, but I don't think I'm going to pick them all today. But I'll use some of these onions in my bread and butter pickles that I make. Here's the produce that I've gotten over the last 2 days. I got all of these cucumbers, this zucchini, and these yellow squash yesterday, plus a tomato that we ate already. And then I got these cucumbers, this zucchini, this tomato, and all of these onions today. I'm going to weigh these cucumbers and see how close I have to 4 pounds. And I will probably have to make a trip to Walmart tomorrow to get the rest of the ingredients so that I can make pickles. It is 2.96 pounds, so almost 3 pounds. So I bet you tomorrow, if I get a few more cucumbers, I'll have 4 pounds. Another thing I did on Monday was I made another loaf of white bread for the family to eat, and so here is the finished loaf. And this is what we had for dinner. We had homemade fried chicken with peas and fresh veggies on the side. Well, Scott cut these posts off even with the fence last night. He did the same with these 4x4s. So I got to get my chores done Chickies are wanting food, and the ducks need fresh water terribly. I was going to do it yesterday, but I didn't. It's got to be done today. Hi, ladies. See how gross their water is? When it's really hot and humid, it gets green really fast. So yeah, I gotta get this. Their water doesn't look too bad. But yep, I gotta get all this water cleaned out. Yep, yep, yep. That's my dad's dog, Bear, who's kind of become Travis's dog. He was tied over by my dad's house for a long time, and Travis has been taking care of him for over a year now, and he's kind of gotten attached to Travis. And we moved him over here to try to keep that fox away from our animals. So he's a good dog. Alright, this job is done. All the duckies have had their baths. Alright, now I gotta go take care of the rabbits and then see if we have enough cucumbers in the garden to make pickles today. We have 4 pounds of cucumbers, so we can make pickles. So Scott finished it. He got the gate on it. And Jenny's out. She looks happy. What you doing, Jen?
Yeah, a whole new place to root.
Tomorrow, Travis and I are going to move this a little bit. That way a little ways.
I'd like to cut that handle off so you don't bump your head on it. But
yeah.
if I do that, it'll be kind of hard to move. I suppose I could leave a little bit on it.
Yeah. Hi, Jenny. Hi, Jen Jen. Look at you. Look at you.
Just about used that entire 50 feet of fence. But this is made to keep rabbits out.
This is what we had for dinner Tuesday night. We had chicken and dumplings, peas and corn, and I had a little taste of the bread and butter pickles, and I liked them. I didn't like them as a kid, but I like them as an adult. And Scott thought they tasted wonderful. Reminded him of his childhood. And this would be an off-plan meal for Trim Healthy Mama, which means it's got too much fat and too many carbs on the same meal to be part of an on-plan meal. I knew that sometimes I would do this if it was a meal that I really, really liked. I wasn't going to worry about whether it was on plan or not, and that's okay as long as you don't do it too often.
Happy Wednesday, my friends. I am having one of those days where I have all these thoughts running through my head of things that I need to get done. Some bigger chores, some smaller chores, but a lot of house cleaning, a lot of organizing, not so much organizing stuff, but organizing my thoughts. And I'm starting to feel pretty overwhelmed by it all. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to make myself a cold drink, and I'm going to sit down and I'm going to make out a to-do list. I'll just write down all my thoughts on the paper, and that way I can clear my mind and concentrate on one job at a time. Well, the only cold drink I could have managed on short notice was just a glass of water. I didn't have anything else in the refrigerator. So, first thing on my to-do list is to make tea. And I've already got that going, got it brewing, so, so I can have something more than just water later. I need to change my tablecloth. Last night, some of the pickle juice from my homemade pickles got spilled, and it has turmeric in it. Now I did treat this with a stain treater last night, but I didn't, obviously didn't put it in the wash right away, so I have a bad feeling that this is not going to come out. But I'll do my best to try to get that stain out. So I need to change my tablecloth. I got to work on laundry. That is an ongoing struggle that I have. I need to put clothes away, my clothes. I just fold them and throw them in a laundry basket, and then when the laundry basket gets overflowing, I put my clothes away. I finally put them away. But honestly, sometimes I just live out of the laundry basket for a few days. Am I terrible? I think I'm terrible. I hate putting my clothes away. I don't know why. I just hate putting them away. I need to work on my August meal plan because I can't even believe we're at the end of July already. I need to finish my shopping list because tomorrow is my grocery shopping day, and that's another reason why I need to work on the August meal plan. I need to work on my Ibotta app. It's an app that I have on my phone where you can find if Walmart has any special deals going on, and then you get money back. That's a really cool app. If you have a smartphone or any kind of phone that gets on the internet, then you should look that up. And it's free. It's a free service to sign up for, and I earned about $60 back last year just by using this app. I need to sweep my floors. I do that every single day because with dogs and with living on a sand hill, we are constantly having sand and hair on the floors. No matter how often I sweep them, I always sweep up a dustpan full. And then I need to empty the small trash cans. So this is my to-do list, and I think this is doable. I have a few other things I need to do. I need to clean off my kitchen counter, and I have to figure out what I'm having for dinner tonight. But anyway, I'll just take you along today as I get these things done, and I'll check in every now and again with you. I have my tea brewing here. This is just plain black tea, and this is oolong tea, and I'm going to be making what's called the shrinker with it, which is a Trim Healthy Mama recipe. And I also need to put these eggshells in the oven. That wasn't on my list, but I'm going to get that done right now. And then the other thing I wanted to show you, there's my messy counter, all stuff from canning yesterday. My pickles, they turned out really good. Every jar sealed, and I've already taken the rings off and washed them. And I'm going to put one in the refrigerator right away because Olivia, after she tasted them yesterday, was bugging me all night. Can I open the pickles now? Can I open the pickles now? I'm like, no, they have to sit overnight. They had to cool down completely. And so I'll stick one in the refrigerator now, and then I'm going to write the dates on the others and get those put away. And I'll do that when I clean off this countertop. But I just wanted to brag on those. They turned out really good, and I'm so happy that every jar sealed. Okay, checklist update. I've got the tablecloth changed, as you can see. I'm still working on the laundry. I've got my tea made. This is my black tea. I haven't got the other tea made yet, so that's half done. I've got my clothes pretty much put away. I still have a few things to put away there. I've swept the floors, and the eggshells are in the oven as we speak. And I wanted to show you that pile of dirt. I'm going to definitely be picking it up, but that is one day of dirt and hair from my living room, dining room, and kitchen. I have to sweep at least once a day, usually twice a day. I have pretty much everything on my list done except for working on my menu plan and finishing my shopping list. So I think I did pretty well today. Of course, the laundry's not going to get done because it never is done, so I'll go ahead and circle that. I'm feeling a little bit drained and a little bit tired, so I thought I'd have a small handful of raw almonds as a pick-me-up as we go through the menu plan. And I'll just really quickly show you how I do it. I may have shown you this once before. I don't really remember. When I'm doing my menu plan, I always have the previous month's meal plan in front of me, as well as any cookbooks or anything like that that might be useful. And then I also have a calendar because I can never remember how many days each month has. And August has 31 days. So I'm going to go ahead and write August top of the list. And then the days of the week, Sunday, Monday, all the way through. And then August 1st is on a Tuesday. And so then I'll go ahead and fill in the dates. The reason why I keep my previous month menu in front of me is so that I try not to repeat my meals too often. You can't help but repeat them sometimes because there's just a limited amount of things that your family likes, or there's a limited amount of things you can do with ground meat. So I'm going to go ahead and get started on this, and when I get at least more on here, I'll bring you back and show you what I've gotten done. Well, this is how much I've gotten done so far. Kind of having a blank in my brain of different ideas for suppers, so I think I'm going to leave it go here for now, because I do have a few days before I have to have this full. I've got about another week before August, so I'll just keep working on this in the next couple of days and have it all finished up.
This is what we had for dinner Wednesday night. It was a Southwest cornbread bake with roasted zucchini and yellow squash on the side. And with Trim Healthy Mama, this would be an E meal. If you know about Trim Healthy Mama, you know what I'm talking about. If you don't, E stands for energizing, which means it is very low fat and has higher carbs. If it was an S meal, it would be just the opposite. It would have very low carbs and higher in fat.
Happy Friday, everyone. Just got back from the garden. I hadn't been out in yesterday I didn't go out, I think 2 days. I went out Tuesday was the last day I went out, or maybe Wednesday. I don't remember. Days run together. And look at everything. Look. This is the last of the green beans. They're kind of not great. I think I'm probably just going to give them to the chickens. But I've got jalapeno peppers and green peppers coming out my ears. I got my first hot chili pepper, so I'll be tasting that probably on camera just so I know how hot it is, let you guys know. Our corn is almost ready. My dad picked one ear. I've got all these cucumbers, and zucchini, and yellow squash, and some more Swiss chard, and buried under here are tomatoes. So I'm going to start weighing all this produce, and I'm going to see, I probably have enough, and there's onions under here too. I probably have enough cucumbers to do some more pickles, and I might have enough of the other stuff to do at least a half a batch of salsa. So I have got to get busy. 4 pounds of cucumbers. I'll be making pickles today. I'm not going to have time to do pickles and salsa, but I am going to weigh out the rest of my veggies and see, maybe tomorrow I can do some salsa. Well, I do have enough pickles and onions for another batch of bread and butter pickles, so I'm going to work on those today. I don't have enough ingredients for salsa yet, but probably by Monday I will. Hopefully everything will stay fresh. The tomatoes I'm sure will be fine. I'll put the other stuff in the refrigerator. So I'm probably will be making salsa on Monday. So we need to get busy on our day. I also need to make some pumpkin bread. I like to make up sweet breads and slice them up and put them in the freezer for my husband's lunches. He eats them at his morning break because he eats breakfast at 4 in the morning, so he's hungry. And so I've got that to do, and I've got other things on my plans, but I don't know if I'll get to them. I did not vlog yesterday because all I did was go grocery shopping, and so there was nothing exciting happening, so I didn't vlog. And I did upload a grocery haul video, so you should have seen that already. It was uploaded on Friday. Alright, I'm going to get my hair up, out of my way, and probably turn the air conditioning back on. We had it off for a while because it's pretty nice outside when the wind blows, when we have a breeze. But once we get that canner going, it's going to, in the oven, it's going to get too hot in here. I'm going to gonna take the tip off of this pepper and I'm gonna give it a taste. Hopefully I don't regret it. Here it is. I'm gonna give it a try. It's not that bad, really. It's got a little bit more heat than the jalapeno, but not really. Maybe because we haven't had a really hot, dry summer. I don't know. I'm a little bit disappointed. I was kind of wanting them to be a little more spicy than that. Oh well, that's okay. I'll just throw them in with my salsa. Okay, so I took another taste farther into the pepper, and oh yeah, it definitely has some heat to it. Whew! That tip wasn't hot at all, but towards the middle, oh yeah, it's hot. Good. Well, it's about 2 o'clock in the afternoon, and I just wanted to give you a little update of the progress today. This is the condition of my kitchen table. Still got tons of veggies on here that I need to deal with. And here's the pumpkin bread. That's done, out of the oven. Still kind of warm. That is not on Trim Healthy Mama plan, so I will not be indulging in any of that. We got the dishwasher going, and I need some more dirty dishes, and the pickles have been brined and they are now draining. The jars are simmering, and I'm starting to simmer the liquid for the rest of the pickles. And then over here I am fixing myself a snack because I'm starving. This is one of those organic apples that I bought yesterday, and I mixed up some peanut butter. I use this PB Fit. It's where they've taken the fat out of the peanuts and turned it into a powder, and then you can mix it with all kinds of things, and it's way less calories, and there's almost zero fat, very low fat. So I just mixed that up, and I'm going to use it with my apples. And I've got my shrinker here. This is the Trim Healthy Mama drink, and someday I'll do a video on that. So I'm just kind of waiting for things to come to a boil, and I'm gonna eat a little snack. And I'll just mention, for those who are interested, this would be an E snack according to Trim Healthy Mama. E for energizing, because there's very little fat, but there are carbs from the apple. So here's another look at all the produce that I got out of our garden today. I'm very happy with how well our garden is doing this year. And here's a look at the canned pickles that I did today. I have another 7 pints of successfully canned bread and butter pickles. This is what we had for supper on Friday night. We had hamburgers on the grill, and mine was a turkey burger, and I had mine on a Joseph's pita. It's because it's low carb and it fits in the setting of this meal as it's an S setting. On my hamburger I have tomato and onion, a few of my homemade pickles, and some Swiss chard. I also have some pan-fried zucchini. They are breaded with almond flour and fried in avocado oil. That is why this is an S meal. And then I also had a side salad with tomatoes from the garden and light vinaigrette Italian sauce dressing, and it was delicious. Alright friends, I'm going to close this vlog out for this week. I'm tired. I've been on my feet all day, and I need to get this video, get it started editing, and so I can upload it on Monday. Thanks a lot for spending your week with me. I had a great week, and I hope you did too. We'll talk to you later. Bye friends.